Hey, what is up guys, it's your boy Mega here, and today we're going to be doing a Defending Kingdom video for beginners tips and tricks. With that being said, we're going to be talking about everything you guys need to know to grow your power quickly and efficiently in Defending Kingdom. So the first thing we're going to talk about is leveling up your Immortals. There's really only two ways to level up your Immortals, and that is by hitting gnomes and Well of Time. The only time I ever manually hit gnomes is when I'm using an XP boost. Other than that, I raid them. I always raid because it's more efficient and it's just faster and quicker, and you can set the raid up, close out the game, and it will raid while you're not in game. By doing that, you gain XP a lot quicker. Another thing with growing power is runes from Well of Time. That is literally one of the main things you need to do to grow your power quickly. Now there's going to be a point where you're not going to be able to get very far in the Well of Time. With that being said, you again will have to grow your power a little bit more to be able to get past certain levels. You want to raid these Well of Time missions so you can continue to grow your power. If you're not raiding these missions, well, you're not going to really grow quickly or efficiently with this game. Even though you're going to be doing these raids and all this stuff, there's still going to be again times where you can't gain any more power because you have done everything that you think that helps you grow power. Again, there's still a lot of other things that will help you grow your power, and we're still going to discuss those later on in the video. But the next thing we're going to talk about is the market. The market is how you gain all your shards, well, not all of them, but most of your shards for your Immortals quicker, especially if you're just now starting out. I use soul crystals to gain shards for my Immortals just because you don't necessarily need to save them for skills at early stages of the game. You really want to get your Immortals stars up so you can again gain a lot more power. By doing this, you tend to grow a lot quicker than anything in the game. I mean, yeah, it takes a second to get these shards, but it's worth it. So now we're talking about the skills. So you can use certain skills. I use a couple in the beginning just to help me a little bit more, but other than that, I wouldn't worry about skills until you're around level 30, just because none of the skills are worth it until that time. So again, just focus on your Immortal shards. The next thing we're going to be talking about is something I like to call the A lab, which is basically where you go to recycle everything you have, whether it's your Immortal shards, your armor, or you want to reborn your Immortals. When you recycle your Immortal shards, you get soul crystals from it. When you reborn your Immortals, you get everything that you put into your Immortals back. Now when I say everything, I mean you get everything back. It doesn't take anything away by reborning it or anything like that. You can also recycle your armor. Any armor that you get from doing raids or just hitting gnomes period, you can recycle that to gain enchanting stones. These enchanting stones is how you again upgrade your armor. You gain a lot by armor you already upgraded, and you recycle it to put in other armor. And again, you grow power by doing this. So as you see here, I'm about to use these enchanting stones to upgrade my armor to gain not a lot of power, but just enough to get me by. Another tip I have for you guys is to focus on one march, especially if you're just starting out. The next thing we're going to be talking about is the immortals that you need to use, or the troops that you kind of want to try to use. I recommend using the troops that the game recommends. Other people would tell you differently, but just as you're starting out, this is what you want to go for. Try not to worry about Ramsey or immortals that are very expensive. There are a couple that are very expensive, and you don't want to really worry about those. I mean, if you got the money, go for it. But other than that, if you're free to play, just use what you have and use what you get. Now I'm going to show you guys what I personally like to use when I use certain immortals or certain marches. This is just, again, what I use or what I prefer to use. A lot of people don't like using this, but I mean, hey, it is what it is. This is the lighting march that I like to use. I also like to keep all my elements the same. I don't like mixing for real. I mean, I do sometimes, just depends on what immortal I have. But for the most part, try to keep all your immortals the same element, because you get extra boosts by using the same element. This is the fire march that I like to use. Now with fire marches, it's going to be a little bit later before most of y'all can really get very far in it. Wu is very hard to get unless you get her through the COR. That's literally the only way you can get her. But once you're able to get her, I do recommend you do, because fire marches is a good free to play march that you can easily get with soul crystals in the market. Again, a fire team is really simple and really easy to get. You can also put Galemies, who's also really easy to get, in a fire march over other immortals. The next march we're going to be talking about is the Earth March. Now, if you don't have Charles the Great, I really don't recommend using an Earth March, but you can also use this. I've seen this beat me plenty of times. If you're looking for a more defensive march than any other march, you can use this Earth March, as it is really good as a defensive march to garrison yourself from other attacks. The next march we're going to be talking about is a Water March, which is one of the easiest marches to get in this game. Water March is really good against gnomes, so I recommend everyone really get a Water March, just so you can run through the gnomes a lot better and a lot quicker. The next thing we're going to be talking about is attacking cities. Now, I know this is pretty straightforward, but beginners tips and tricks, and I'm going to be telling you what you should do and what you should expect in this game. So when you hit these walls, you want to click on the wall and hit attack. I mean, it's just like that. You just click on the wall and hit attack. Now, in order to actually hit a city or even occupy a city, you have to be in an alliance. If you're not in an alliance, you're not going to be able to do any of that or even attack the city. After you knock down the walls, you're going to be able to hit the garrison after hitting the walls. The level of the city does matter, and it does determine the level of the garrison in the city and the strength of the wall. So you need to make sure that you have somebody that can actually hit the garrison in the city efficiently, or you won't be able to occupy the city in time. So make sure you guys plan your attacks with your alliance, and you make sure that you have everything that you need situated before the actual time of attack. Otherwise, you're just going to be wasting AP and troops trying to take a city. Of course, by occupying the city, you get extra resources and extra buffs for your stone production or gathering speed for occupying these cities. That is basically all that I have for you guys for this beginners tips video. There's not really much you can do to grow, but this is everything that you need to know to make sure that you keep growing and you grow quickly and efficiently. With that being said, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making this video for you guys, as I want to help this community grow and help people learn how to play better and more efficiently, especially for these new to play players who are possibly free to play or pay to win, as all this information can help either or. So if you guys could please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Please let me know if there's any other information that you want to know, as for I will be reading all my comments to see what you guys want and what you guys want to hear. Hope you guys have a nice day, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.